Well, well, well. It is the Raw before the Rumble. I apologize for being gone for so long. I hope everyone is going to have or will have a happy Thanksgiving. I apologize. I'm recording this, at least the Raw part, the weekend before Thanksgiving. But we kick off with Armstrong coming out, and he states that for the past several seasons he's been complacent and drifting around. This has created a false sense of security for everyone. What he did at Survivor Series was send a warning, but after that, he signed a contract thanks to Triple H. What he's guaranteed is a world title match at WrestleMania against the Universal Champion. Armstrong opens up the floor to anyone on Raw who has an issue with him choosing to defend his streak in that way. If they have an issue with it, they can come down to the ring, fight him right now, and if they win, they can have his spot at the world title match. Out comes Braden McLaughlin, of course, as you see on the chart. Braden has a microphone and says that Armstrong is an entitled, overrated brat who hasn't paid his dues in this company. He does his appearances, collects his checks, and leaves. Braden will show the rest of the locker room that Armstrong is Goldberg and Undertaker light, before dropping the microphone and telling the referee to ring the bell while Armstrong stood calmly in the center of the ring. And the match would begin. Armstrong, however, will pick up the win in a close bout. Afterwards, Armstrong stands tall, but the lights go out. And when they come back on, Bray Wyatt and Aleister Black appear on either side of the ring. Scott Cole interrupts, though, and gets into the ring and says that, stands on the stage and says that Bray might want revenge. But what he really wants is to make Scott Cole pay. Bray Wyatt nods this, and Scott Cole states that if he beats Adrian Gallardo tonight, then Bray has his match at the Royal Rumble. Bray Wyatt and Aleister Black back off of Armstrong, who stares down both men as they leave. Bray Wyatt mouths the words, "It's good to see you, old friend," to Armstrong as they leave. Following that, the hardcore champion Pete Dunne defends his title in a fatal four-way against Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin, and the Assassin. Pete Dunne will retain successfully. Afterwards, Pete Dunne decides to call out the United States champion Bobby Lashley and states that Lashley wants competition, but look no further than the hardcore champion. Lashley comes out and says that he's tied up with Ace at the Royal Rumble and will pass on that challenge. Pete Dunne then offers up the hardcore title if Lashley adds him to the Royal Rumble United States title match. Winner will take both titles in a winner-take-all triple threat match. Lashley agrees and vows to dominate both Ace and Dunne at the show before he leaves. Backstage, then it is broadcasted, or there is a broadcast, and it's of Colt Lee, who's at his home, where he confirms that he has a slight tear in his knee after what happened against Lashley at Mayhem. He'll get surgery after the Rumble because he's in the Royal Rumble match. There's no way he's passing up the opportunity to potentially headline WrestleMania again in his career. But for now, he'll get some rest and he'll heal up. He warns everyone that he may not be in his prime anymore, but he is still one of the most dangerous wrestlers to ever grace the ring. And lastly, he congratulates EC3 on beating Nathaniel. Awesome. That's fantastic. What a nice individual. What a great guy. Afterwards, we have the Hitmen returning to the ring as a team, facing the War Raiders, and after a hard-fought battle between both teams, the Hitmen win with Road Killer picking up the pin. Now, afterwards, Slim Reaper grabs a microphone and reiterates what he said last Raw. The Hitmen aren't waiting. They don't care who's tag team champions. They call out Draco and Joe to fight them at the Rumble before he spikes the microphone. and leaves. Road Killer hesitates in the ring as he watches Slim Reaper before following. So tough to see his emotions with those shades still on. They leave, and out comes Samoa Joe. He doesn't acknowledge what happened just a moment ago with the champion, or with the Hitmen challenging them, but he comes out and apologizes to the fans. He states that he's had a roller coaster of a career in Universe Mode. There's been so many stops and go moments in his career. Stop and go moments in his career. He's been part of iconic moments such as losing his one world title reign to Elias, feuding with Kevin Draco, and many more. However, over time he realized that Draco was a good guy. It made him sick to Samoa Joe's stomach because no one can be that good and that humble backstage in victory. But he realized that he was wrong. Draco has his respect. Draco comes out and thanks Joe, but says it doesn't matter why he shook Roman Reigns' hand at Mayhem. Joe replies and goes back to mentioning his career. His career was a roller coaster. So he made some deals behind the scenes about a season ago. And then the bloodline comes out. Roman Reigns and the Usos. And Paul Heyman is absent. Regardless, Roman tells Joe to confess all of it to Draco as the faction surrounds the ring. Joe tells Draco that the deal he struck was to win Draco's trust, win the tag team titles, and when the time was right, give the Usos a tag team title shot. Samoa Joe gets some spotlight time in exchange, and the Usos get a chance to strike gold again. But Draco's still confused on why Joe would make that deal. And Joe once again points out that Draco is one of the biggest stars in Universe Mode. Winning his trust, striking gold, and betraying him would be monumental for resurging his career. Draco asks when this deal happened, and Joe states that it was right around this time last season. The Usos didn't know about the plan until after SummerSlam. Draco is crushed by this, but says he isn't surprised at the end of the day. They were rivals when Draco walked in the door of NXT, but he was and still is willing to give Joe the benefit of the doubt. Joe isn't a puppet for someone else. He's his own man. So decide now which side you'll be on. Roman Reigns gets up on the edge of the apron and tells Joe to honor the deal, and Joe slowly backs away from Draco toward Roman. However, the Undisputed Era's theme song hits as everybody's coming out. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. As Draco keeps his eyes locked on Roman and Joe with his back to the ramp, Adam Cole and Kevin Owens start to say that they want their rematch, and Draco says if they want a tag team title shot, then they got it. Cole says he wasn't done and says that the challenge was coming from Bobby Fish and Strong. Draco again says bring it on. If Joe wants to honor Roman's deal, he'll have to win tonight and at the Rumble, because guess what? Draco accepts the Hitmen's challenge for the tag team titles as well. He also tells Kevin Owens and Adam Cole that if this team gets through those two teams, then they'll get their rematch. Adam Cole smiles and thanks Draco for being an idiot before leaving these teams to their drama fest. Draco bores his eyes into Roman and Joe looks down and is conflicted, while Roman Reigns glares at Draco before telling Joe they'd better retain for all these shows or else Joe will find himself in a wheelchair. He then tells Draco not to hurt his neck on the way out of the ring before backing off and leaving the tag team champions to prepare for their match. Oh boy. As that is the semi-main event. Kevin Draco and Samoa Joe versus Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong, where Draco and Joe managed to retain. Afterwards, Draco just grabs both titles and hands Joe's belt to him. Joe tries to say something but hesitates. Draco just looks disappointed, shakes his head, and leaves up the ramp. Adam Cole and Kevin Owens come down to stare down Draco, but then the Hitmen come from behind them. Cole and KO step aside, and Slim Reaper gets in the face of Draco before saying those titles are coming with him. Draco says back to him, "You'll have to break me to beat me. Ask Joe if you want tips, but know that it won't happen again. I won't let it." May the best team win. He offers out his hand, but Slim Reaper slaps it away. And Rogue pulls Slim Reaper back as the segment comes to an end before they exchange blows. Following that, Ace is interviewed and asked about Pete Dunne being added to the United States title match at the Royal Rumble and putting his title on the line too. Ace replies and says that Lashley is the champion and makes that call. Besides, Ace is even more focused on the title match now. Winner takes all. Ace, Dunne, and Lashley are all stars on the rise through the ranks of Raw. Each one of them wants to win this match badly. But these two powerhouses better not count out Ace, or else he'll make them pay by taking both of their prizes. Following this, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, comes out and demands that Jack McKay comes down to the ring. McKay does, but stands there silent. HBK says that he wanted this match for a long time. He doesn't care about legacy, he doesn't care about reputation or retirement. What he wants is to have the respect of his peers to battle for immortality. Jack McKay is 27-0, an impressive feat that Shawn Michaels plans to live up to stopping. Jack McKay nods and says that every streak will come to an end one day. He's not Superman after all, even though everyone else wants to paint him as this unstoppable force. Shawn Michaels wanted this match. Well, he's got it. Unfortunately for Shawn Michaels, he's not stopping this train. Not against Shawn Michaels. No, the streak will die, but not against HBK. Rest assured. Jack will win again, despite not fully understanding Shawn Michaels' hunger to face him. He wishes Shawn the best of luck at the Royal Rumble, but warns him that he won't go easy, just because Shawn's a legend. Just ask Triple H. Jack McKay goes through the the middle rope, and sits on it, and looks back at HBK, and then BAM! HBK super kicks Jack McKay in the jaw, who then spills out of the ring. Shawn Michaels picks up the microphone and warns Jack McKay that this isn't about Triple H, personal vendettas, or one more for old time's sake. This is about ending the streak of Jack McKay. Buckle up, young kid, because Shawn Michaels is one kick away from being the one in 27-1. Jack walks to the back calmly after fixing his glasses, leaving Shawn Michaels in the ring. We enter the main events. Scott Cole defending the Universal Championship against Adrian Gallardo. It is a hard-fought battle by Adrian Gallardo, but ultimately he succumbs to the Phantom's pain. Scott Cole retains the Universal title, and his third world title reign continues. Scott wins, but then the Bloodline come out and attack Scott Cole. They beat him down before turning to the man who they really wanted, and that was Adrian Gallardo, who they proceed to beat up with weapons before dragging him up the ramp and then powerbombing him off of the stage. They leave after disposing of Gallardo. Scott Cole is starting to recover, but then Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt appear after a quick light out and light on. Bray Wyatt states that Scott Cole cares more about being champion than being brothers, so Bray will take what Scott Cole cares about from him at the Royal Rumble. Scott replies and says that Bray Wyatt won't listen to him. Or if he won't listen to him, then maybe Bray will listen after Scott Cole beats him, because he agrees to the match again. Bray thanks him and asks Scott if he repents for his sins. Scott says he doesn't regret winning the world title, and starts to try telling Bray Wyatt that he cares about him, but Aleister Black hits him with the Black Mass. Bray Wyatt picks up the title and holds it high as the show comes to an end. That will do it for Raw. We now head over to SmackDown Live. Coming up. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SmackDown. As Davis King starts off, he actually visits Class Par in the hospital. This is a previous video being aired. Class Par is moving around a bit, but still isn't allowed to speak. Austin Arrogance is still by his side as he helps Class Par back in bed. Now, Austin sees Davis and accuses him of being the attacker, and Davis denies this. He makes it clear that he actually was proposing an idea to Class Par that might help Austin. Davis highlights that Austin has become overwhelmed with expectations. That's something he can relate to. He puts so much pressure on himself to live up to his brother Matt King, but ultimately realizes that he just has to do the best he can within his own ability. Austin is young. He'll make mistakes. He'll have shortcomings in his career. However, Davis can assure that Austin's chances of becoming WWE champion are even stronger because he has a plan. Austin asks if it's wise to say that to the cameras, and Davis says that he's going to reveal it later anyways in the night, so it doesn't matter. He proceeds to, or they ask the cameramen to leave, and we go to the first match, which is the Hardcore Championship. Pete Dunne defends the title where he picks up the win. Afterwards, Wade Barrett speaks for Dunne and says that at the Royal Rumble, it will be the proving ground for Pete Dunne. On that night, he will become immortal and walk out a dual champion. Following that, Drew McIntyre comes down to the ring for a contract signing for the Royal Rumble, but Alex Carter isn't there. Drew throws down the offer to fight at the Royal Rumble to settle the score. It's a feud ender, an Extreme Rules match. The winner of their match also will be in the Royal Rumble. There's no response, but Drew says that once he finishes off Alex, he'll expose Alex as nothing more than a mid-card act who doesn't belong at the top before signing the contract. Just then, Carter sprints from the crowd and Drew McIntyre leaves, saying he's not fighting tonight. Nah. Alex Carter gets in the ring, and it can be seen visibly that his forehead is taped up from being busted open last SmackDown. Carter rips off the bandage and starts punching the gash so blood starts to flow. Alex Carter points to the blood and says that the last SmackDown he was slashed open, but he's still here. Drew can't get the job done, once again, like he hasn't been able to for the past couple seasons. At the Royal Rumble, Alex Carter will swear to leave Drew McIntyre in a heap, in a pool of his own blood, before signing the contract. He warns Drew that he's a man that has so much to lose, but needs to win this fight. He needs the win more than Drew could possibly imagine. At the Royal Rumble, Alex Carter will scar Drew McIntyre's soul with the biggest loss of his career before spiking the microphone. Some ruthless aggression. No, I'm kidding. But regardless, the Cruiserweight Champion Tyler Bate defends his title against Mustafa Ali, and he will do it successfully. Tyler Bate celebrates with James Arlington, and Arlington takes to the microphone, the WWE Champion, and says that Tyler Wolf is on his way to being the greatest Cruiserweight Champion of all time. He tells Davis that he's going to wait for his decision later in the night for the Royal Rumble, but for now, the fans can bask in Tyler Bates' greatness. Just then, Johnny Rivers comes out. Rivers smiles as Arlington tells him to go back to catering or join the list of NXT reject projects on the unemployment line. Rivers laughs before speaking and says that it's hilarious coming from Arlington, who actually was fired at the start of his NXT career, while Rivers actually kept his job. Arlington asks if Rivers quit NXT, and Rivers assures him that he did. But it's because of the temptation for greater pastures. For starters, Bate could barely keep Rivers' shoulders down at Mayhem. It's clear he was only a second later. Rivers did lose, but it still burns him in the inside that he didn't keep down Johnny Rivers permanently. Still eats him away. What Bate will realize is that Rivers won't be buried that easily, and this is just the beginning of their rivalry. He challenges Tyler Bate to a rematch next SmackDown, but Arlington interrupts, saying that Rivers needs to learn the structure of the main roster, and is at the bottom of the food chain, and he's speaking to the WWE World Champion. Next SmackDown, Arlington will battle Rivers, whether he has the world title at the time or not. Rivers accepts and tells Arlington that he's made a big mistake, but Arlington says that he's going to leave Rivers destroyed, just like he's done to everyone this season. He showed Edge mercy earlier this season, but he'll ensure Rivers never sees the ring again before dropping the microphone. And ladies and gentlemen, after that, Cesaro finally gets his match against Cassius Ohno. It's a hard-fought battle as they try to settle the score, but Cesaro picks up the win despite losing at Mayhem. Cesaro stands tall and celebrates, but afterwards Ohno blasts him from behind. However, a bandaged up Cole Quinn comes down to the ring for the save. Cole Quinn and Cassius Ohno exchange blows before Cesaro recovers and floors both of them with uppercuts and leaves. Cesaro goes backstage and tells the world he lost at Mayhem, but this isn't the end for him. Now that he's gotten payback on Ohno, he's turning his attention to his next target. The world will find out soon who that target is. Following that, Cole Quinn comes to the back holding his jaw after the uppercut and is asked about what happened, and he said he wanted to help someone, regardless if Cesaro's a good guy. He's asked about if he shares the same sentiment toward Madison, and Quinn shoots back at him with a glare and says that he'll deal with that on NXT. Cassius Ohno is then interviewed, and he says that tonight was a setback. Cesaro is a blown fuse and thin-skinned. Ohno says that Cole Quinn stepped on his business, so he'll suffer the repercussions for being a nice guy before leaving. Following this, we have Kyle O'Reilly fighting in his first labor against Rey Mysterio and Prince Metallico. Prince Metallico is bandaged up, and that plays into the match as Kyle O'Reilly would pinpoint and target Prince Metallico and then would slowly wear down Rey Mysterio until he got a roll-up victory by the skin of his teeth to win the first labor. Kyle O'Reilly wins by a roll-up and gets a respectful handshake from Rey Mysterio. Prince is frustrated on the outside, but wishes Kyle the best of luck before they leave. Tyler Wolf comes out and says that Kyle's able to survive handicapped. But that's not good enough. The fans called him Iron Man O'Reilly for his ability to survive and drive at WrestleMania Season 6. The second labor will put that nickname to the test. Kyle O'Reilly will be entrant number 1 at the Royal Rumble and must survive till at least entrant number 10 to show he can survive against more than the amount of opponents that he faced at that match all those seasons ago. And he drops the microphone and leaves. Following this, the Christian Coalition is interviewed, and Christian informs them that he's giving Ricochet the night off. He wants to silence the doubters tonight by winning the tag team titles with Cage as his partner. He then looks at the camera and says that Cage is a better partner than Cole Quinn or even Edge ever was before leaving. Ricochet looks a bit irritated but goes with them. And that actually leads us to the showcase match for the episode. The SmackDown Live Tag Team titles, Cult of Drifters versus the Christian Coalition. Next. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The following contest is the SmackDown Live Tag Team title match. It is the main event of SmackDown. Cult of Drifters walking in with the title reign of 11 episodes. The Christian Coalition trying to secure the tag team titles as Tyson Cage starts off. Christian, as you see, bandaged, bruised, and battered from Mayhem. To be quite honest, I don't blame you, as now Cage has got him tied up in a chokehold. No, Elias fends it off. Done a D, ties him up, looking for a DDT, but no, Tyson Cage fends it off. Blasts him on the clothesline right there. And drops down Elias. Elias is in trouble as now he's gonna eat a vicious power bomb right there. I'm going for it a second time. No. Oh my gosh. Good for a third, a trifecta, but no, Elias pushes him away. CM Punk and Elias in their second reign as SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions in their careers. As Cage backs up Punk, back body drop right there, folds him like a lawn chair. As always getting fired up, but no, look at Punk teeing off with the kicks to the legs. As Punk fresh in the match, high knee, no, missed it, rammed into the top turnbuckle, and eats a shoulder tackle there, and Elias gets speared off the edge of the apron. As now Tyson Cage up the middle rope, but a shot right there. Ricochet watching on the outside. Ricochet, I'm sure, is a bit bitter that Christian did not choose him to be part of this match. It's Christian just letting Tyson Cage do all the work right now, dropping him down. Cage goes down, gets to his feet, looking for a shot, no. But he did drop him down. There will be skips, I do apologize, in this footage. There will be a few skips in the NXT one, too, that I'm going to do, but regardless, as frustrating as that is, CM Punk with a leg takedown there. I'll try my best to commentate over it. As now Cage nails some back elbows, picks him up, oh, backbreaker there. Dropping down the best in the world. CM Punk is in a bad way as now Cage wrenching the neck, twisting and contorting it in a painful way. Cage has been in this match the whole time. Has not tagged out to Christian yet. Christian getting a ton of rest. Probably all part of the plan. And wait, CM Punk rolls him through. Turning seeds to Tyson Cage as the tide has been turned. Tag made over to the Drifter. As now Elias stomping away upon Tyson Cage. A vicious stomp to the face. And now Elias grabbing the hand, stomping away at the wrist. Trying to break the wrist of Tyson Cage. As away Cage counters. Clothesline right there, blasts him. And a heavy shot right there. So Elias picks him up for an air raid. Oh, lands it beautifully. As Cage now with a cover on Elias to put him away. 1, 2. Kick out at 2, exactly. Kick to the back of Elias, and now it looks like Tyson Cage. Oh, I thought he would tag out, but no, not yet. Christian's asking for it. And Christian, the Intercontinental Champion, the longest title reign with the Intercontinental Championship, finally in, tag made while Christian was pumping up the crowd. Clothesline there once. Christian to his feet. The 33 episode reign of Christian pours on. As the all-time record for most episodes as Intercontinental Champion is 35. Christian, as he's not defending the title, will surpass that at the Rumble, where he will hit 36 episodes. As there's a forearm to the face. As there's an elbow across the chest. Cover on CM Punk. 1, 2, no, 1.5. Elias kicked out. Elias was there inside the ring anyways as Punk kicked out. There's a solid kick to the back by the leader of the Christian Coalition. As Christian Irish whips CM Punk into the corner after Punk was limb targeting his arms. Christian wanting to continue resting. As now Tyson Cage. Oh, wait, is Irish whipped here into the corner. CM Punk looking to put him away. No. Tyson Cage shots right there to Elias. And away grabs CM Punk and tosses him down. Over his head, and Punk managed to counter it. And CM Punk, no, was blocked as he looked for the Anaconda Vice. Yeah, that was a bit of a rough cut. I do have to say, that was pretty bad. But Punk basically countered him, got back to his feet, locked in the Anaconda Vice. That's all that happened in my recollection. Stuff. I recorded all this like over a week ago, so I'm a bit rough around the edges on my memory. I mean the match. As there's a rotating powerbomb too. No! CM Punk stays alive with a kick out. As now Tyson Cage Irish whipping a CM Punk clothesline there into the turnbuckles. Kind of ruins the pace of the match, but oh! CM Punk tried to get to his feet, but no! He makes the tag over to Elias. Tag made to Christian, and there's a high knee to the Intercontinental Champion once. Oh, clothesline there. Oh, as he gets back to his feet, shots by Elias. Back elbow there. Drop kick to the Intercontinental Champion. As now, Elias stomping away and a shot right there. As now Elias drops the knee across the face of Christian while Tyson Cage goes up, missed him. As he went airborne, but it was in vain. As now Elias, the Drifter, Irish whips Christian out of the ring. Christian holding and favoring his ribs as he's taking a beating now. Those stomps to the chest did him no favors. As he's bandaged, bruised, and battered from Mayhem. As Christian goes up, looks to fly, crossbody, no! High risk, high reward, and in this case there was no reward for Daredevil. Daredevil attempts, but regardless, or heroics and a tornado DDT, as I was trying to think of a word to pair with Daredevil. I just sounded so dumb there. Ah, well, what else is new? As now, Elias, oh, wait, sizing him up, ladies and gentlemen, drift away, 1, 2, no, Christian stays alive, as the champion's almost retained. Cage wasn't there, but Cage is here now, slams down Elias. With raw power now, Cage sizing him up, a rotating power bomb to Elias. As now CM Punk getting back on the apron, but oh wait, Christian wipes him out there. He goes for the cover to win the tag titles. 1, 2. No, Elias stays alive as the champions keep their reign alive. And now Christian goes up, 5-star frog splash there. Beautifully done, and now Christian dialing it up. Here it comes, the kill switch connects. Kill switch, cover. 1, 2, no! Elias stays alive. So close, but yet so far for the Intercontinental Champion, who looks to become a 2-time SmackDown Live Tag Team Champion tonight. As there's a loot that's pressed by Elias. Elias not going down easily. Understandably so. The man has so much heart, so much grit. Dragged him away from the ropes and went for a cover using the ropes, but Tyson Cage was there in the nick of time as Wade Elias sidestepped Cage, tossed him into the corner. And now, Elias looking at the submission, trying to make Christian tap, no! Cage breaks it up, and oh wait, a belly-to-belly suplex right there. No clotheslining Elias into the corner, but oh wait, Elias got to his feet, shot right there. Picks him up as there's a count of 2 by the referee. Tyson Cage needs to be careful. Suplex to CM Punk. Christian sizing of Elias. No. Elias countered. Locks him up. No. Christian bats the hand away. Oh, wait. Small package roll up to win the titles. No. As there's a power bomb to CM Punk in the background. As now Cage Irish whips him out of the ring as there's a twisting uppercut there by Christian. Knife edge chop. Chop right back to by Elias as he gives him a receipt. Irish whips him out of the ring. So close, and oh wait, oh! Christian ties up Elias, rolls him up to win the titles. 1, 2, no! Christian couldn't put him away. Staggers Elias against the ropes, and oh wait, looking to slingshot him all into the bottom rope. Oh my gosh, that can crush a man's throat as he makes the tag. Cage now stalks Elias here, and oh wait, Elias, jaw rattler there. Cage is rocked, and oh, wait, Elias sizes him up. Power bomb. Cover. No. Not even a 1 count to Tyson Cage. As Christian trying to distract the referee, and oh, Cage rolls out of the ring. Cage fleeing Elias. Oh, drops CM Punk on the edge of the apron. Elias gets back inside. Stomp right there to Elias's face, and CM Punk backing away from the ropes. As Tyson Cage now back body drop there to Elias. Shot right there to the edge of the apron. Nailing CM Punk. Punk goes to the outside. Cage goes up. Looks to fly. Diving elbow to the spinal cord of Elias. Picks him up. We know Elias twisting and contorting the arm. As he's got him up in the fireman's carry. Backbreaker there. And oh, it's CM Punk eats a forearm as soon as he got up. Christian, the Intercontinental Champion, laying into Elias. More interference as the referee allows this. Slap to the face as he backs away Elias into the corner. Elias, though, fends it off. Shot right there. No, twisting uppercut to the back as Christian rolls out of the ring. He gassed himself out, giving Tyson Cage an opening, but Tyson got nailed by CM Punk as we are in a stalemate. Wait, Elias is on his feet. Cage shot right there to Punk. Elias, here it comes. Drifts away to retain. 1, 2, no, no. So close, but yet so far for Elias, as he was so close to keeping the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Knife edge chop attempt to Cage. Cage counters, spinning back fist there to Elias. As he turns him over, he's going for it. He's looking to finish him off. He's looking to put him away. Oh, Cage tried to take out CM Punk. CM Punk, though, dodged it. Wait, no, Cage. Cage has got him up. Suplex right there. And now, what comes up must come down. Shot right there as he floors Elias Lamore. Sizing up Punk, looking for a spear now. Punk countered it with DDT. Punk countered. Punk countered. Elias tied to the knee of Cage is now. It is all up to Cult of Drifters. They have a prime opportunity, prime chance. The tide is turned. Tag made to CM Punk, the best in the world. Sizing him up. Wait, no. Cage got to his feet. Oh, shot to the ribs by CM Punk. Punk backing up Cage into the corner. Cage gets shot into his team's corner as Punk makes the tag over to Elias. Elias off the middle rope, axe handle there, turning the arm. Cage retaliates, rolls him up to win the titles too. No, kick out at 2, so close but yet so far for Cage. Cage shot right there. Oh, brutal knee to the face of not CM Punk, but Elias. But he does send CM Punk off the edge of the apron. He goes up to the top rope. Oh my gosh! Body splash to the outside. As, oh wait, he grabs Elias, strings him against the ropes. Dives back inside the ring, rolls him up with a schoolboy to win the titles. 1, 2, no. Kick out at 2 again, so close. Wait, Cage. Elbow there. Elias touched him. Luthez press to Cage. Cage eating some shots now. Oh, wait, he's on his feet. Cage, knee shot again. Oh, sizing up Punk, suplex. Lands right there. Shot to Elias. Shot again. Chops to the chest. As it is going to be swollen and red. Oh, another brutal knee. As it seems that Elias has been hacked open like an onion. He has been peeled. There is a laceration on his forehead. Blood is pouring down Elias's face as he's strung up into the ropes with a snake eyes. Punk did all that happened was Punk basically got to his feet very quickly as Christian sits down Elias, but oh, Elias is back up. Elias shoots Christian into the corner. Cage, Irish whipping CM Punk. Inside the ring, Bulldog. Oh, excuse me, knee to the spinal cord. Wild Cage. Frog splash, or body splash to the back of CM Punk, who's still getting to his feet. Punk has got Cage up. Oh my gosh, go to sleep while Elias looks to fly. Elias, no, was blocked by Christian. Christian's got a chance. Christian locks up. Elias shoves him away, clothesline attempt. Christian dodged it. Elias dodged it. Oh wait, no, Christian takes him down there. Sending CM Punk to the outside. Christian looking to slam the door. Looking to win the titles. Rolls up Elias. 1, 2. No! Elias stays alive. Oh, wait, Elias got him. No, Christian bats it away. Dropkick. Missed it. Elias with a shot. Here it comes. Drift away to retain 1. No, Cage is there. Cage is there. Oh my gosh. As Elias, or wait, CM Punk dodged the shot there on the edge of the apron. Spear to Elias. As Cage now looks over at Punk. Wait, look at Christian. He rolled into the cover. 1, 2. 3! Cage and Christian are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions! Christian put everything he had into crawling into that cover to win the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles! Wow! And then Cage ran interference. Unbelievable. Wow. As there you have it. The Christian Coalition strikes gold. Cage, it's his first SmackDown title reign, and Christian, it's his second SmackDown title reign, as the Coalition now has 3 championships ahead of the Royal Rumble. Wow. So Christian gets the pin by the skin of his teeth. Following that, the Coalition starts to beat down on the Cult of Drifters, but out comes Cole Quinn again. Christian grabs a microphone and tells Cole Quinn, who's on the edge of the ring apron, that he accepts the Intercontinental title match. He'll show Cole that being a nice guy on the main roster doesn't get you anywhere when he destroys him at the Royal Rumble. But then the Rated R Superstars theme hits, and he comes down to the ring to stand with Cole Quinn. Christian smiles and nods to Edge before leaving up the ramp. The Coalition vacates the premises. Just when they're leaving, Cesaro comes out and stares at the right at the Intercontinental Championship belt as the Coalition walks past him. So Christian, despite his long reign, is starting to feel all the eyes being drawn to his title. After that, the ring gets cleared and Davis King comes out. He challenges James Arlington to a match at the Royal Rumble. Arlington comes out with Tyler Bate and looks disappointed, shaking his head. Arlington warns Davis that he'd give up his spot at the Royal Rumble. And Davis says he's fully aware. He also knows that Arlington deep down will accept his challenge as well and basically not screw, but regardless if he earned it or not, he's going to accept the match. Because Arlington's egotistical. So Davis will still keep his opportunity to enter, or Davis doesn't need this opportunity. He can give it to somebody else. At least when it comes to entering the Royal Rumble. Because ultimately Arlington will accept the match because he's egotistical. Yeah. I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. I dorked up how I wrote this. Arlington is 0-2 against Scott Cole, while Davis is 1-0. Davis did what Arlington has never done, and that's pin the former Bullet Club leader. Arlington wasn't able to do it. Furthermore, Matt King beat Arlington as well. So deep down, Arlington was going to want to fight Davis anyways. Davis just wanted to skip the betrayal step and cut to the chase. World title match at the Royal Rumble. Simple as that. They know the history. Forget if the people care. These two have some unsettled business. Arlington chuckles and agrees with Davis's assessment, but says that Davis doesn't have a chance of winning. No one actually believes he'll win at the Royal Rumble. Like, you actually believe you'll be walking out the champion. Davis is just a stale, expired product still lingering in the back of the fridge. When Arlington beats Davis, the weaker King, he might as well just retire to salvage whatever reputation he has left. Davis replies that he isn't as talented in the ring as his brother, but he's beaten men that Arlington wishes he could. Davis might not be as famous or seen as a legend in the eyes of the fans, but this runs deeper than just Arlington's ego. It's Bullet Club. Davis is out to prove that he won't be lingering in the shadow of someone else's success of a faction banner. At the Royal Rumble, Arlington gets the very best of Davis. Arlington lastly says that he promises to truly bury the career of Davis King before the show comes to an end. Welcome everyone to NXT. This will actually be a two-parter because I want to get into the higher up of the card. The back three matches I'm actually going to showcase in a second episode. So the rest of the build will be there, but we'll stop after the build following the Ballmer matches you can see on this list. But regardless, Chris Hall comes out and challenges Ryan Trapp to a title match at NXT TakeOver 53, which has been decided as Las Vegas is the location. He says he's been owed this match for a long time, and he's finally cashing in his opportunity. Mac Allen interrupts and says that he knows it was way back at the end of Season 7, but he beat Hall one-on-one in the past. If anything, he is the biggest blemish on Hall's career. Hall tells Mac that he agrees. Mac is the biggest blemish on his career, even when they were tag team champions together. It's messed up. And tonight, he'll exterminate it. Tonight, they will decide who deserves the title shot. Mac Allen agrees, so we got a number one contendership match for their second match in their careers against each other. It cuts backstage to High Society, and Perez walks up to West and Mr. Expendable, who are playing chess. Perez tells West that this is a big moment for him and Mr. Expendable. This is their opportunity to make an impact and show the world what the rest of High Society is capable of. They will destroy the Saito brothers in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament in advance. Alice and Angel are in the background chatting about something, and Mr. Expendable is planning his next move in the chess game. West touches Mr. Expendable's shoulder and signs a few things again to Mr. Expendable, who nods and gives Perez a thumbs up before they start to leave. Perez catches West's shoulder, though, as Walker enters. He whispers to West that they need to keep an eye on the wild card tonight, ensure that he doesn't fall too far out of line. West nods and says that if Perez puts his hands on any of them, he'll be corrected before leaving, or before he leaves. Regardless, we head to the opening bout. The Saito brothers versus High Society in the final match of the first round of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and it results in West and Mr. Expendable picking up the win and advancing in the tournament. Following this, West decides to step on top of Katsu, who he pinned, to Nato Shinori, as he heads back to celebrate with Mr. Expendable. Tokunaga Shuichi, who is at ringside, and Toshinori dive into the ring, and a brawl breaks out between the four men still standing, which is, West and Mr. Expendable, and those two, while David Perez stays back for a few seconds, as Perez calls over to Angel, or motions for Angel, as those two dive into the ring and back them up. and the tables turn as the four work together to beat down the brothers in Tokunaga. Perez orders for their punishment even further, and then Alice, York, and Devin Walker come down. Devin tries to plead his case to Perez to end the beatdown, but Perez shoves him away and yells at him for leaving him in the ring at NXT TakeOver. He states that he hasn't forgotten, and maybe he needs to be reminded of his place. Alice and Devin are guests in this group, nothing more. Devin says that maybe they don't need high society anyways. And Perez steps up to Devin. Devin mouths the words, "I'm not scared of you," and Wes says, "You don't want this." Angel steps between the two men and eyes down West. She looks to Devin and says that there's a lot riding on everyone's success at TakeOver. Play nice till the dust settles, for everyone else's sake, including their own. Alice nods in agreement to Devin, and he raises his hands and backs off. Perez says they are done here, and they all leave. Very well. We then head to another open challenge by TJ Ballman. The Kraken versus the Spanish Dragon, as Ballman picks up another win. Ballman leaves again with no celebrating and goes to the back. He's interviewed and asked about if his confidence is rising with 2 wins in a row, and he states that wins and losses don't determine if he gets an opportunity in this company. Management and these people do. The only way to succeed in NXT is to win one of them or both of them over, or to force an issue. Right now, he's focused on proving that he is the wrestling machine of NXT, and no one can take that from him. If anyone else disagrees, he'll be at NXT TakeOver to prove them wrong. Following this, Charlotte Flair is interviewed and asked about her loss at NXT TakeOver. Charlotte merely states that Ronda Rousey got lucky. Charlotte only tapped because she didn't want to continue wasting her time with an inferior opponent. She was bored, really. She's still the best women's wrestler on NXT, and if any woman takes issue with her claim, then they can face her, because whoop-de-doo, she has a guaranteed match for NXT TakeOver next episode, as a matter of fact. She then leaves saying she's still the queen of the ring. So an open challenge by Charlotte Flair. I'm sorry. If that bores me a little bit, it's just hard to fathom that she is that thick-headed. But regardless, following that, the Ambassadors of Violence come out and say they have no challenges, or no opponents for NXT TakeOver. Arthur Rex says that he and Jacobs have a mutual understanding that in this theater, fists and kicks are the most efficient tools to get your point across. They are young in their Universe Mode careers, but they have far too much experience digging down and fighting through the pain and anguish to achieve gold. These titles, though they haven't been defended the best by them, they are the fruits of their labor on their long road in the wrestling industry. So if they have no determined opponent, they open up the floor to anyone on one condition. However, he doesn't get to finish as the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins both come out, and they both state that they aren't as coordinated in the ring, nor the team with the biggest spotlight, but they are more than willing to step up to challenge the Ambassadors of Violence. Rex says that he didn't finish speaking, though. Whoever accepts the challenge will have to wager something. He and Jacobs both are used to that pressure being pushed on them. They've wagered their jobs, things they own, and Jacobs has even offered up his family's sweet shop back home in matches before on the indies. They're used to having more than championship gold on the line. Pieces of their very livelihood, their identities, they've put on the line. And they feel that their challengers should wager something that means a lot to them if they want a free shot at the tag team titles on pay-per-view. Ford and Dawkins negotiate for a minute before they agree to wager their jobs in NXT. If the Ambassadors of Violence win, then Ford and Dawkins will leave NXT. Rex looks at Jacobs, who gives a silent nod of approval. Rex turns to them and says that the Ambassadors of Violence are the AOV's maxim. Same as my fellow Brits. It's business as usual. Best of luck, gentlemen, because we accept. Ambassadors of Violence leave the ring. So now we head to the third match, which we'll be picking up right in the second part of this What If build to the Royal Rumble. Hope you all enjoyed the video so far. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you choose. But most importantly, as always, suit up, Matt Army. I will see you all next time as Chris Hall and Mac Allen, the #1 contendership for the NXT title, will start the next video.